Hey folks, Lindsay Huddleston with Sports Psychology Solutions back in the building. Hamtramck, home of the Cosmos senior night as Hamtramck takes on Hazel Park, sitting here with a commanding close to 20-point lead right now, start off the second half. But I'm being greeted with great ambassadors for Hamtramck basketball as well as Coach Dennis DJ Foster. I'm sitting here with Mr. Justin McKinney, correct? Justin McKinney, former player with Coach Foster as well as teammate. Tell me how that works out. How did that happen?
I went to Maryville College with him, and that's where I actually met him at. And then from there, he kind of just been a guidance and trying to show me the ins and outs of the game, and from a different standpoint, looking from the outside in. He just gave me some good pointers on how to advance my game and how to be more of a point guard as a 6'6" center at the time I was playing there. So that's all it really was. And he gave me some good insights and just kind of put me up on his wing.
Well, that changed your lifestyle. You went from being the big man who was always used to being on the floor, being on the box, and then now you're moving the ball. What was that like for you?
Just like, it speaks for itself. I came out of high school being a center, like literally average. Month of high school.
Go Mustang.
Yes, sir.
Despite your principal?
Yes, sir. To this day.
Yeah, okay.
And coming out of high school, I really just averaging at the most 5 points. You know what I mean? Probably 10. I was a good rebounder. That's what I took sight in. You know, I love defense, so that's what I took first in. And he noticed that about me first, so he was like, "You already got the first part of the game, and that's defense. And defense is going to turn into your offense." So from there, when first year in college, freshman, it was a big load on my shoulders. I really went from center in high school to pushing point in college. You know what I mean? So. And it was literally just that simple. I could always handle the ball, but I never had to handle the ball. You know what I mean? So that's what it really was. So, and he just kind of gave me the insight on how to always be a pass first and then score second. And I was never a scoring person. You know what I mean? Even to this day, they cuss me out. To the teams I play on, shoot the ball more often. I can shoot the ball, but you know what I mean? And I got a good, nice mid-range, but I get cussed out more for shooting the ball than not shooting the ball than shooting the ball.
That's okay. But, you know, you said something really interesting about how your game was able to take off because you focus on the defensive aspect.
Absolutely.
I mean, James Harden said eventually they're going to look back on him and appreciate him, and I don't know how that's going to go, but you got such a shoot-first type mentality in basketball, or score individual as opposed to the basic things you're talking about. Do you think that's a lost art? Will that come back around?
Absolutely, and I feel like that's in the generational thing. You know what I mean? I feel like that's in today's game from high school. I'm going to say middle school on up, and I feel like the game in college is why some of these high schools still want to go to college is because of that, just because of that aspect alone. They still have the game for the pleasure and the love of defense first. You know what I mean? But now these players, all they want to do is shoot threes and too much Golden State watching. That's all it really is.
Yeah,
you know
I mean, it opened up, and it has its place. But I think when players are really working on their development, look how your game went, because you probably would have more of a challenge trying to be a big in college. You've been an undersized big.
Absolutely. But, it's so crazy. Like to this day, though, I literally still play the 5 position.
Really?
Yeah. I have the footwork to play 1 through 5. I'm gonna say defending 1 through 5. You know what I mean? Because even in high school, I always had to go check the best player, whether it was a guard or a center. You know what I mean? Because I always had the agility to play 1 through 5. So it carried on to today's game, and I still be able to use that ability to my interest and to my effect to make me better as a player overall.
Well, so Coach Dennis Foster, I mean, you kind of touched on it earlier, what it's like and how he helped you. Why was it important for you to come here tonight on this senior night?
It's not even just tonight. I come to all his games.
Really?
You know what I mean? Yeah, it's not just tonight.
A lot of players, man, once they can cut loose from their coach, man, they're like, not at
all. Not me. Not when somebody put a big impact on my life, and then actually, you know what I'm saying, put me in a position to better my life as far as basketball career as well.
Still in your life.
Yeah. He actually gave me an opportunity to play with the Harlem Globetrotters. I played with them for a whole year. Yeah, so absolutely. So
what is that like playing with them? Those are magical ballers out there.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was the thing, though. So I had a mishap, of course, with the Society of Me in the Day, a child what is it called? Child support, back pay. So that's what that was, and they froze my passport on my way to Mexico. I had no idea. So from there, it's just been hard to get back over there. It's not even about what you know; it's about who you know now.
I get that. One more question about the Globetrotters. One thing I noticed as I got older in basketball, and I came to appreciate them more, I'm like, they make their shots.
Yeah.
It's like go ahead, talk about that.
It's definitely a circus act, but you still have to have some talent within that.
But not some talent. You have to be just as talented as everyone else.
Absolutely, because they shooting from half court, and they got to a point where you got to make at least 3 or 4 consistency. You know what I mean? So it's not just a luck shot. So it's definitely, and then just the just a simpler thing as far as being able to, we call it the magic circle, is where they have to do like a circle, takes almost 30 seconds. It looks easy, but that is a difficult. Just 30 seconds is very hard. I'm telling you, it's not easy. It's not easy. Some people get picked off just from that alone. Because you got to. That's the first thing you got to be able to do. And then the 30 seconds within the game, you got to do a minute for the tryout. You know what I mean? So
you got to have enough in your bag.
Yes.
All you guys talking about y'all balling, you have to go because you trying for the Globetrotters. Question. Sitting here with Justin McKinney, man. What is it like, being over here? Did you guys ever play Hamtramck in this gym as a month?
No, not at all. We had one crossover game, I think, as a freshman we played them, but we never actually played this type of district over here. And looking from now, though, it has grown. Hamtramck, we always looked at it as like, just the underdog. Like, we never wanted to go over there and play them. You know what I'm saying? They had some good players here and there from not just from this school, but, from outside districts, outside the PSL. So, just from that alone, we never played them, but we had crossover games when you got coaches that know coaches and had So from that standpoint, but never in a district or any kind of real life game such as this one.
Okay, well, I appreciate you sitting down. Is there anything you want to share to the folks that may be watching, who may check you out or catch up with you, or just Coach Foster or anyone, just as you
actually, I'm still playing semi-pro with the Michigan Avengers. We got a game this Saturday.
Okay. Shout out to the Michigan Avengers.
Yes.
Where do you guys play?
Frazier High School.
Do you have a home court or a home?
That's our home school, court at the moment. Yeah, our season started actually at the end of this month. It's like March 18th. So this is like a preseason, another preseason game. This is our third preseason game.
How long will you guys go into regular season?
Regular season, I think it ends, if I'm not mistaken, it's either July or August.
Wow, that's a nice amount of time.
Yeah, and we got teams from all over, from Chicago, from Atlanta. I think it's one from Cali, if I'm not mistaken. It's a few of them from Indiana.
This fall under ABA?
Yeah. But they changed it now. It's the same thing. They changed the association. It's not called ABA no more. I don't want to lie and say what it is. It's something. If I'm not, I can't remember exactly what it is.
Figure that out.
Yeah.
Wow. So you still getting buckets, huh?
Yeah. Trying to. It's hard to get up the game. You know what I mean? So I get a lot of offers. Not offers, but suggestions to go coach somewhere.
Sure.
But I haven't got nowhere where I want to be. You know what I mean? Okay. So that's what the key. I don't want to just.
So that's something that's definitely in your future as well.
Absolutely.
That's
wonderful. That's why I come over here so much. I'm a relationship with all the guys over here.
So you stand in the mix. But that's great, though. We're happy to be able to make your acquaintance, and for everybody who's getting to see you and catch up with us, great. Sounds like you've been accomplishing a lot of things. You're going to continue to do that. So we want to wish you the best.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Justin McKinney in the building, guys. Shout out to the Avengers. Support them and keep supporting Cosmos basketball. We'll see you guys next time.
Thank you.
All right. Good job.
That's right, folks. Lindsey Huddleston with SPS back in the building on southwest side Detroit.
How do you hit a free throw? How do you finish strong? That's important. But the other part of the spectrum is
wake the streets up. Okay, come on. Okay.
It's always packed, always loud, always crazy. So it's a tough place to play in. You gotta go in there with my.
So I'll be in there tomorrow. That's really my motivation. Is I want to be like Gabe Brown. Gabe Brown shoots like